Welcome to the Next Gen AI with Sai YouTube channel. Today's agenda is to compare the different PDF libraries. Uh, I'm sure that you are using different PDF libraries to read the data from the PDF, and it is very much require you to read the PDF data without changing the existing format, right? Because the format is very much important. If you change the format, the context within a library, within PDF get lost. So it is very much important to um, you know make sure that we are using the correct PDF libraries. So in today's lecture, no much theory how each PDF library works, but basically we will use Jupyter Notebook to compare the output of different PDF libraries. So which PDF libraries we are going to use? These are some PDF libraries that we are going to see practically. Use a pen. So PyPDF, this is very popular library. Nowadays, almost all LLM framework integrated this PyPDF library with them for say LangChain or Llama Index. Second, nowadays very popular called as PyMu for LLM, then Unstructured.io, and the current, which is very recent, the Docling, been developed by the IBM developer teams. It's nowadays, you know, giving much more accuracy in terms of, extracting the text with the correct format. Okay, so this is again open source, but nowadays we can see it's very popular. I know that initially these libraries were so popular, but Docling is a something is now on the other sides. It's gaining a popularity. Then we will see how you can use these library which helps for the chunking, and then how adding the metadata to a chunking helps boost your RAG based kind of application that we will see. In conclusion, the conclusion uh, is just my thought process, which one is better, uh, rather than I would suggest what is my final thought on that. So that is about the conclusion. uh, I really wanted to give thanks to Dr. Leon. Okay, so this is a reference material I have used for this making the video. So I use this Medium article uh, post by this Dr. Leon, and that helps me a lot for making this video. So thanks to Dr. Leon for this. Okay, so let's not uh, delay much and directly jump to this notebook file, which will help you to understand the things very clearly. So as it is, so I use this Nike report. So I have got this Nike report from one of the LangChain documentations. So I'm referring the same documentation. If you can see, it has some form 10K. Also, it has some indexes, tabular structure, then the sales and marketing competitions. It has some headers, subheadings, then some of the images, right? Um and it has some financial data also available. So it's a pretty long file, almost 100 pages long file. Frankly speaking, I haven't gone in detail, but it has some the data which we really looking for, which is a something practical data. Almost all the enterprise businesses has similar kind of PDF files. Okay, and they want to use this PDF file to parse and store into the vector database so that your LLM application can extract the specific data uh, to talk to those data, and gain some insightful information when you type some natural language query. So I have used this, and it is pretty much big. I mean to say, it's having the lot of pages. So we'll see. Okay, so we'll start with the first library called as the PyPDF. So I have installed this PyPDF. Okay, and then we use the class PDF reader, passing this PDF file. Okay, so basically I have uploaded that PDF file in this Google Colab, and then we are extracting the pages, extracting the text from the pages of this PDF file. Okay, and then we combine all this text into the one of the variable called as PyPDF text. Okay, so you can see this my PyPDF text has all the data from 100 pages, right? So I know that it is not readable, so for that I have copy pasted that data into the notepad, and now you can easily see. Let me just show you here. So this this is from the PyPDF. You can easily see this data is from 10K United States, Washington, Mark 1, and then annual report, transition, right? Something is in bracket. So something like that, right? So we have this kind of data. Then I particularly see the first page data. So let me show you the what is my first page data we have. So this is what first page data. Okay, so this 0th page and this is my first page. So in the first page we have something, the information in bold, and then we have some tabular data, right? So if you look at this, it has some problem when it extracting the data. The first problem which has okay, so the first problem which has the headline are as it is, right? So if you look at the if you look at the, let me open the notepad. Okay, so if you look at the notepad, the first, form 10K United States, there is nothing a separation between your headlines and the text. It is coming as it is. Okay, you will not see any difference in that. Second is that the text highlights like a bold or italic. Okay, so again, if you look at this PDF, some of the text is as some bold, some is non-bold, some are italic. So this is not something is capturing in this, you know, just yeah, something which is not capturing in this notepad. Okay, when it is extracting the text, and I think basically it is very much important to get this in order to understand the context. Okay, so that it will carry some weightage. Okay, if you pass this, if you even nowadays if you ask anything to the chat gpt giving the answer, some of the titles are in bold, some of in normal language, some of the italic. So ChatGPT response is also giving in that markdown content, right? But this is not available when we are using this PyPDF, correct? Uh, Now, uh, the third problem is that you are unable to distinguish the pages. So whole text are as it is. You cannot dis distinguish between the where the first page finished, where the second page started. Everything is captured in one thing, right? Though we have some this content. For example, let me explain you. If I show you this PDF, okay. So the first page ends here, and the second page start this here, right? The something like that. So if we like say, let me copy this number and let's paste it. Sorry, Control F. Okay, it is already there. Okay, so if you look at here, the there is no separation between the pages as such. Directly the second page data started from this point, right? So there is no clear separation between the pages or something like that when we extract the text using the PyPDF. Now the fourth problem is that tables are not properly extracted. Now if you look at this data which has some class A, class B, some S no is there, right? The header is there, S no, and we have some numbers like that. Let's look at the text. So I copy in the notepad so that we can easily see here, right? So if you look at the data here, okay, so it started from something since beginning. Okay, so it indicates by check mark yes no, but there is no clear separation between the tables. Okay, so this dot is coming, this mark is coming, so it is not clearly distinguished. So table extraction is not good in this. Like even you can say the class A, class when there is a number, and then this total, you're not able to, LLM is not able to identify that which data is related to which row and which column. So the context is getting something somewhere lost when we using this PyPDF, and will not able to give the proper answer, the correct answer, and it will not able to reduce the hallucination effect. Okay, so this is the something the problem with this PyPDF. Okay, so explain you the problem of what we are having with the PyPDF. Then the second library that we use here is called as the unstructured PDF. Okay, so I have installed the unstructured PDF here. Okay, so something unstructured library we have used for this, and we install this. Let's see how it works with the unstructured things. Right now, just note that once you install, you may require to restart the session. So please do the restart, otherwise it will not work. After the unstructured, we use the class called as partition PDF, and then passing the PDF file there, capture into the elements, and then whatever the data which is stored into the element, we join all the data, because it is, we first make it into the list and then join. So it will store into the unstructured text and copy everything in the unstructured text. So whole the output we are getting here, I have already copied that data into the notepad for better visibility. So let's see how the unstructured see. So I think it's much better. We can see some spaces, right, from 10K, United States, Washington. Then there is something mark 1. I think it performs much better. Some are the if you can look at this transition report. So if you look at the transition report, yeah, here as well, but the Flashian, the new line something is not here. Everything is continuous format. But here, which is, we can see that it is not in continuous format. It has some new line space as well. Correct. So something like similar to the PyPDF. But let's see the here you can see the table structure still not getting here in unstructured, because if you can see the class A, then space, again dollar sign, number, space. So something uh, LLM also not able to understand how this data look like, what is the and what numbers is coming. So context is also getting lost. So the thing is that again, the unstructured, the output of structure is same as the PyPDF. So there is no as much difference between the unstructured and the PyPDF, almost same, but we can see more new line spaces into this. Next library we are going to use that called as a PyPDF for LLM. So specifically, we can also have the PyPDF, but this library is specifically developed with while considering the LLM kind of behavior. Okay, so we install this version, and again we have passed the PyPDF, and we will use the Markdown method so that the data is getting in the Markdown format. Okay, nowadays the Markdown format is very popular because the table structure or the bold and something new line or the italic is getting, we are able to store properly into this Markdown format, and this is a very good format to understand the context. Okay, this will take again a bit more time because it's specifically for the LLM develop, so use some time. And then we have this Markdown text. Okay, so let's see how it look like in the Markdown text. Now you can see, I think it's much better because this two hashes something carries the boldness. Then we have two hashes is something called as the header. Then so this is from the first page. Now let me show you the PDF as well again. So if you look at the PDF, the first page is something 2023 and form 10K. Okay, now first page ends there, and then we have this dotted horizontal lines. Then we have United States Security Exchange and the Washington. So these are in bold. Let's say yes, these are in bold. So we have this star starting and ending, and then again we have form 10K. So this is again basically a big header. So this is also able to capture. This is very nice, right? And then mark 1. Okay, so all this data is coming there. Then Nike increment, this is something again in bold. Before the Nike, I can see the commission, though the logo is not getting captured here, the image is not getting captured here, but I think you can get it if you use some kind of OCR library. Okay, so that is also can capture good, at least as compared to the unstructured and the PyPDF. This library is really giving the good markdown output, right? Now let's check the table. Okay, now if you see the indicate here something, the R table started. Now let me just scroll down little bit here so that you can see the indicate by check mark, yes, no, and this table is started here. Yes, it is started. So they have captured this table in something like again a square bracket, right? And then something symbol is there dotted. Okay, again the thing is that the stable structure, we can see it's not maintained, class A, class B, but the stable structure is going somewhere, right? It is lost here, but the clear separation between the two pages here we can observe. So good, I think this is a good output as compared to the previous one. Okay, so what we can see that now we can clearly see that the heading and the subheading are properly coming, pages are clearly separated, but the disadvantage is that the tables still did not pass correctly, right? Means the structure is not passed correctly, and that's why now we are going to use the new library called as the Docling. Okay, this library is a bit heavy. Okay, so it requires some time to install, but rather than I would recommend use GPU, because if you run this on CPU, it may got disconnected. Again, is depending on your network, but it may disconnected. So I would suggest change the runtime to the GPU for faster parsing. So when I use CPU, 2 to 3 times this parsing was not completed. So use GPU. Even if you look at the timer, I do not know whether you are able to see or not. It almost took the 6 minutes to parse this whole 100 pages PDF file. So processing time, as I mentioned earlier in my introduction, is much higher in the Docling. So we have this document converter class. We created the object, then we have convert function of converter class method, I mean to say, and then we pass this PDF, and then we again use the export to Markdown, something similar to the PyPDF for LLM. And then you can see it took almost a lot of time to do this, right? Okay. Okay, so if you look at it, almost took a lot of time, okay, to do this. uh, do not know what mechanism back back of this Docling, but yeah, it took almost a lot of time to do 6 minutes. If you look at this something, okay, so timing is not here, but it almost took maximum 1 minute, but not more than that. Okay, all other libraries take almost less than 1 minute, again depending on the page size, but for the 100 pages it almost took approximately 1 to 2 minutes, but not more than that. However, at the same time, Docling takes a lot of time, but the very interesting, let's see how the output is that. Okay, so again let me jump to the uh, my notepad. So if you look at the notepad, something, it started with first as an image. Okay, then this Oregon. Let's check where is the Oregon here. Okay, so you, yeah, so it is starting from this thing Nike, and then Oregon. It is starting from this page. It consider this is an image, this is a Oregon. Okay, anyways, okay, and then we have this 935058451 number. So let's see, yeah, I think this is here. Let's see the table structure. Okay, that is something which is more important, but somewhere we can see it started from some other place. Okay, uh, yeah, I think we can see it's maintaining some table structure here, because indicate by check mark yes no, then two spaces, and then we have this column. I think at least much better than the previous one. Okay, previous libraries. Okay, even if you can look at this class A, class B, which is in the second page. Okay, so let me show you the you look at this class A, class B, it is in second page. So somewhere it maintain the uh, somewhere it maintain, even it has some header documents incorporated by and this thing. So we can see the nice improvement in the table extraction, at least in these Docling things. Okay, so if you can see, I'm just scrolling fast, but as I scroll down, you can see it maintain the stable structure very well. It capture the numbers, the financial data very well. Okay, it maintain the context of that very well. So I think Docling seems to be very promising library when we looking for maintain the header and the subheadings and the numbers and the financial data. So somewhere it is really nice if your data of your PDF contain a lot of kind of tabular structure data. So it looks promising. And I'm giving the source code in my GitHub library, even this PDF library, if you want to do more and more experiment, right? So conclusion, I can say this Docling is coming out to be very promising library when we see the PDF parsing. Now using this thing, you can use this kind of default. So LangChain is giving this default separator for the Markdown library. So we are using the LangChain text splitter. Okay, so this is the way I have this recursive text splitter where we can say which language we are using. So your LLM will understand we have using language Markdown. So there are multiple language Markdown is available, frankly speaking, so you can use that. But as we have Markdown, so we can use Markdown. You can have different always. Let me show you there is one more interesting Streamlit app is available. So if you do not want to get and just wanted to see which text splitter or which language is good, you can use this app, okay, which has a very nice uh, quick things. Okay, so it is created by this person. Okay, so kudos to him. Okay, and this we can mention the 1000 size chunk overlap and then recursive character. Now you can mention which length function you want to use, character or this or recursive character, right? Then we have different languages: Java, Go, JS, Python, RST, and then Markdown. So you can use different recursives as a language text splitter and accordingly. So if I select the, let's say, Markdown that we have used, right? So code changes accordingly, and you can see the recursive text splitter and my language is a Markdown and the function is the length, whatever you are using. So if you want to test it out different splitter, I think this is a good app to test, right? And you can copy the text, you can paste your text, and then you can split. Okay, so this is a good app for the experimentation purpose. Great. And then this is the way you can pass how you parse the document. So we have parsed the document using Markdown. So I have passed this language Markdown chunk size, and then we are passing this Docling text as a list. And here we can see the each page likewise. Over to that, if you really wanted to improve your let me just close this. Yeah, if you really wanted to improve your chunking, so if you really wanted to retry only those chunks which are related to some metadata, right? So you can add those metadata to a chunk. So let's say I have this metadata, right? So my document title is this, the file name is this, and this is the description. So you can add this metadata to your chunk. So I have this function for doc in documents, and then I'm joining my metadata to all my page content. So if you print the same page, so page 5, okay, so this is my data of page 5, but along with that I have this metadata as well. Now why, how it will help, when you add the metadata, when you pass any user query to LLM uh, with some context, so it will definitely LLM will understand I need to fetch the data from this data, right? So it will not hallucinate across the different, because currently I'm just playing with the one PDF, but I believe in reality you have the many PDF files and the many documents. So if you add those metadata to the chunk, your results is much and much better. Okay, so this is what my second suggestion. So what is the conclusion? We have seen that um, many different libraries, Docling is performing well, but at the same time, the performance type is very high. Second, you can use the recursive text splitter and pass that which markdown you can do. If it is language markdown, if it is a language Python, you can add, so for it will give the better result. And my third suggestion, adding metadata to your chunks will give the better results. So this is the conclusion, but again, the only disadvantage of Docling is the processing time. Otherwise, it's best. Somewhere it's getting not giving the proper, but I think once you do some little bit exploitation, the markdown is also come. However, PyPDF is also giving PDF for LLM is also giving a better result. Okay, but it requires some. If you add this metadata to there, I think that will also good, because the PyPDF for LLM has a less processing time. So if you consider the performance and all these things, so I think PDF for LLM is again a better options. Okay, because it is also giving the markdown. I hope you uh, like this explanation, and I hope it will definitely help you to choose a correct library. If you like it, if you like this, please thumbs up, subscribe, and spread across the community. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next session.